imagine going in for the most common type of cataract eye surgery. They tell you that it's not anything to worry about. They do this all the time. So they tell your spouse to go ahead and leave. Run some errands. Your husband will be just fine. But then when you come back, you get a call that your husband is no longer alive. And you are like, what did they ugly ass do? Well, let's roll this bean footage, baby, because I cannot believe that these doctors decided to play musical bingo while performing a very, very serious surgery that actually cost this man his goddamn life. And I don't like it. Now we're going to roll this video and then we're going to come back and go down this rabbit hole. Let's go.
Answers.
He was already sedated. Anesthesiologist has all the information.
Okay.
It is a surgery so common, nearly 4 million will be performed in the U.S. this year alone. A surgery so routine.
We weren't thinking there was a whole lot of risk.
The man's wife was told no need to stay.
They said I needed to go, I could do an errand, or I could do whatever, and they would call me when he was done.
Chris Writer never assumed the surgeon would be the one to make that call.
He said, this is Stark Johnson, where are you? And I said, oh, I'm just right across the street. And he's like, okay. He goes, I'm going to meet you in the parking lot.
And when she got there,
he said, do you believe in God? And I said, yeah. And I said, why? And he goes, would you like to pray with me? And I was like, what?
that's her on the opposite end of the officer's body camera, still struggling to understand why her husband's heart was no longer beating.
We had just talked about what we were going to do for dinner that night, and Bart had said, well, let's see how I feel.
Bart Writer, her husband of 23 years.
We met at the Mercury Cafe. He just never met anyone that he didn't like and that didn't like him. It's just, that's who he was.
Notes obtained by 9 News Investigate suggest Insight Surgery Center staff noticed abnormal vital signs 11 minutes into the cataract surgery. By the time Bart Writer arrived at Skyridge Medical Center, a mile and a half away, his death was all but ensured. An autopsy blamed cardiac arrest.
It just didn't make sense. Bart was 56. We skied every weekend. We biked together, we hiked together.
One by one, those who staffed the surgical center's OR that day drew these pictures, documenting who was where when things went wrong. A horrible accident, investigators concluded. Chris Writer reluctantly concluded the same. That is, until she got a call from a doctor not present in the room.
And he goes, I'm telling you this because I think that's a major distraction.
That doctor's tip outlined a story so absurd, thought Chris.
I was like, what?
She didn't know what to think.
My name is Carl Stark Johnson.
And so she hired a team of lawyers to take depositions of the surgeon, Dr. Stark Johnson.
Michael Urban.
And the anesthesiologist, Dr. Michael Urban, who then asked both if the tip was true.
Were you playing music bingo during Bart Writer's February 3rd, 2023 cataract surgery?
Yes.
That's right.
I want to talk to you about the music bingo game.
A game they played routinely during these routine surgeries.
I'm sorry, Lorraine, the music what?
Bingo game.
Oh, thank you.
The team inside the surgery center's OR would listen as songs played on Dr. Urban's cell phone.
I understand that you would keep score.
I would usually, but not always, keep score.
We continually listen to the radio and we categorize the songs.
Mostly 70s and 80s bands and musicians, they said.
So as an example, if the 70s group Bee Gees were to sing a song, that would be a letter B.
B was for the Bee Gees, Barry Manilow.
N for Neil Young. G for Gladys Knight. You get the idea. Mark aboard, pass the time. All while doing something Writer's family found even more inexplicable.
We learned from the nurses and from the depositions that it wasn't unusual for them to turn off.
Baby, look! They ugly ass was so unbothered that they murdered her husband. They was just like, yeah, we was playing bingo, and occasionally I would play the song. Sometimes I didn't. Hey, who's counting? Ma'am, you said that you were sad. You should be pissed. You should be livid. You should just be, you should turn into Incredible Hulk. Now let's go backwards on this story because we got to figure out where this happened. This happened in Lone Tree, Colorado, okay? Now, the now settled lawsuit has possibly paid her family mega figures. There is no value on her husband's life. 23 years of marriage, and she lost her husband due to negligence that could have been avoided. These fools turned off the machine that would let them know that there was a medical emergency. This procedure has been performed over 4 million times allegedly. But that does not mean for 1 minute that you slack off every other chance you get. Absolutely not. So I definitely want to lead by saying, Mr. Bart, may you rest in peace and may you get every dime for this crappy job that they did. Because if they dropped the ball on you, how many times have they allowed themselves to drop the ball on everybody else? This is the prime reason why people do not like to go and have major surgeries done. Because when you're under anesthesia, baby, you don't know what happened. There was one story where a man put his whole penis in a woman's mouth. She had the little thing, and he put that thing in there just like that. He was having a good time, and he did it to several patients. Now we have you on the bed doing cataract procedures, and they playing bingo. B9. They playing all types of songs. They playing G for Gladys Knight, Midnight Train to Georgia. Oh, I got that one. Bingo! How you playing musical bingo during a surgery? That is something y'all do when y'all don't have customers and clients. You don't use my life as a bingo moment. What was the prize? PTO or a lawsuit? Let us know what you look like. The problem that I had with the video, because at first when I read this story, I ain't even gonna lie to you, I chuckled. Not because he died, I chuckled because people be doing stuff and they act like it's cool when they know for a fact they signed a code of conduct. They know for a fact that your life count on it, and they just act like you just nobody. They take your money and they run your insurance and they kill you, or they majorly put you in a position to be injured. What really took me for a loop is when they asked what happened. She hired a private investigator. Shout out to you, ma'am, because a lot of people can't afford that, so they just are told that it just didn't go right, and they just got to trust people. But you can't trust people because they're lying, okay? When they decided to draw out the day that happened at that hospital during that surgery, why the hell did they ugly ass use stick figures? Bart wasn't no damn stick figure when he came in there. They had the nerve to draw some stick figures, and they had a stick figure leaning over the bed like this. Then they had some music notes going above the thing. I said, oh my God. These ugly ass people playing with this lady top. How dare you guys draw out a sketch using stick figures when y'all should have ran that camera that y'all got up in that room back. Roll that being footage. They were just too passive for me. They were too passive about this whole situation. They're just like, well, yeah, you know, we would play bingo. And I mean, I'm glad you didn't lie, because you could have lied and said, no, that ain't what happened. But one of your homies told on you because his conscience probably tapped out. Was like, bro, this is the 15th surgery. This is the 15th surgery y'all played bingo. Baby, I don't know if I'm going underneath anything anymore. Like, baby, look, I don't even leave my loved one's side when they go to the hospital. I'm there. Like, of course, you can't go into the room with them, but I'm looking and fogging up the glass like, is everything going okay? Because you really do get those calls and you hear horror stories of people saying, no, this is just going to take 1 or 2 hours and you're going to be fine. And then you get walked in and escorted by a police officer, or they come out with the clipboard all to their chest like, did you want some caffeine? Because what I'm about to tell you is about to make you sad. Red eyes, clear eyes, try Visine. Like, baby, you're not going to play with my eyeballs. I just don't know. So this didn't just happen yesterday. This happened back on February the 3rd of 2023. So she's just now getting this settlement. And of course, there's no value that they could put on punitive damages. The hospital, when they make a error, they can't even pay you enough, ma'am, because your husband's not here. And they were playing musical bingo with 70s and 80s music. That's how you know they ass old, and they've been doing this for a very long time. I'm disappointed that y'all turned the machines off because that man was blue in the face and y'all up here dancing. Bingo, 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 bingo. Like, dude, baby, listen. Y'all not finna keep playing with people's lives. To the wife, I'm very, very, very proud that you hired an external party to investigate this because, ma'am, they would have lied to you. And you would have went into being a widow thinking like, man, Bart was a healthy man. He skied every weekend. And then they would have been like, yeah, he was a good guy. They would even sent you a bouquet of flowers to the funeral home knowing they killed that damn man. But that's what I tell y'all every day. People don't have respect for human life. When you go into any room, whether you're going into an inpatient or outpatient, you got to hit them with a prayer. You got to come with me. Hail Mary. You got to pray. Because if folks are acting like you are an experiment, and once the money that you pay for this procedure hits their bank account, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Now, I don't want to go underneath, but unfortunately life is happening and something could happen where you are rushed to the emergency and you gotta go under. But baby, please by all means protect anybody that's surgically operating on you and you and you, because we need them to love you so you can wake back up and be back with your family like you planned to do. They had plans and now she gotta do it alone. Her children or child has to deal with the fact that the father's gone and he was healthy or healthy enough. We can't always say people are 100% healthy, but healthy enough. Y'all owe that lady some out of y'all personal check, out of your bonus, and out of the lawsuit because maybe y'all dropped the ball. Everybody in that room playing bingo with your ugly ass, y'all should go straight to hell with gasoline draws on. But baby, I'm not finna dawn on this anymore because it upsetted me. It pissed me off and I didn't even know Bart. Because I hear stories about this and they lie. They lie. When they're the reason why it happened. You could have fixed it and you could have got him up out of there. Y'all could have played bingo after he left. Y'all could have played bingo on y'all lunch break. But you decided to do it during surgery. And you deserve everything that happens to you. All of y'all are guilty. The tech and all. Surgeons, all. Nurses, all. Fire them. Get them out of here, retire. But I am just a messenger, baby. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, go on fool with your girl. Make sure you check out my website. Yes! www.shauniebentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear. You got optional drop donations, but never any pressure to do either of the two because I see the likes, the shares, the comments means the world to me. So I just want to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears for rocking me because y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all come keep me company. Let's hop in the comments. Like I said, it's very distasteful how they handled that man. And it's sad that people just move along like it's nothing. Like, oh okay. He had probably been dead for a very long time before somebody bingoed or recognized that he was blue. And that's what's wrong with the world. As long as it's not affecting your day-to-day, you don't care. Your integrity and morale left a long time ago. And it's sad. Because these are people that are sworn in to do the damn job they said they was going to do. And now they just cutting corners because they get the money they want to get. Baby, don't play with my life and don't play with nobody else's. Again, to the missus, I apologize because y'all had history. Y'all, that was your love. That was your boo. Y'all was close-knit. And for you to lose him when you trusted somebody that told you could go run errands and then they hit you back and tell you, put them in an urn now, that's distasteful. Or in the casket, that's horrible. Like, who, baby, you should have came up in there hitting them with one of these. You should have hit them with one of these, ma'am, giving them loose hands. But unfortunately, you have your piece and they have theirs. And I hope that they give you a piece of that money, honey. But y'all, please pray, because folks ain't got it no more. Sending condolences to the family, but like I said before, I'm just a messenger. So, till next time, keep your head up, Tupac style. Next story, and I'm out this piss.